Hey detectives, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Janda, and this is my Let's Play of Disco Elysium. We were in the middle of chasing Ruby. We know where she is now. She is in the, or at least we strongly suspect that she's in the basement of the old, not Falm? The old electrical building, I feel like it was Falm. Maybe I'm making that up. Felt Electrical. But we have some things we want to do before we get to her. I want to talk to the Union boss, but he was out for the night or something. I want to talk to Joyce. And I want to pass a couple of other checks, potentially. I've been told in no uncertain terms that we should complete the Insulindian Phasmid quest line. Well, there was a very strong hint that we should complete the Phasmid quest line and the Union quest lines before we Hey, the pinball machines are out here now. These were new, yeah? Were those always there? I feel like at least one of them's new. We're supposed to finish these two quest lines before we get to talk to Ruby, so we're gonna do that. What's up, mate? One of your traps is empty.
See you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Hi, Lena.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Meskin origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
That's unusual.
You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
You never told me you'd seen the Phasmid, Lena.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But, darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
Measuring things is important. How did she get the size?
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Kim's ready for this.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Where was this? How old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Cool.
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
What happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
You're suggesting this thing's like 4 or 5 feet long or tall? Follow
I
it?
tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk.
Sorry.
And told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing.
Quite a
If
coincidence.
it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
Its limbs are white.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big is it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
What if it is the case?
That would be interesting. It'd be awfully big to be hidden, though. You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
The old woman looks at her husband tenderly.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him. Interesting.
Interesting. Kim, what do you think?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
Alright, Kim. You goddamn centrist. Alright, thanks for sharing.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
Could you tell me about some cool cryptids?
No,
Oh,
you don't have any new winning tactics to
That
get the
is
woman to spill the
tragic.
beans about cryptids.
right. Morel.
Ha ha! Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He gives you a gruff pat on the
He
shoulder.
tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So I checked all the traps,
Okay. And?
and one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yeah, nothing. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
He rubs his chin. The empty trap is the one at your campsite. Does this factor into it somehow?
I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception or motivated reasoning. You should correct them.
I
Of
probably
course,
shouldn't.
more clever.
Yeah.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Could have been ants or something.
Another trip to the reeds.
It's not very scientific. I don't know, I'm not persuaded.
Why don't you try convincing Morel his hypothesis is invalid?
Gary, is this you over here? I didn't even know you were here. Sitting at the
Thank
bar.
you for the vote of no confidence, Gary. An officer. I appreciate your concern, but please leave this to the experts. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Outstanding.
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Damn it, Lieutenant. Have you no intellectual curiosity?
I feel like I need to pass this check. Oh, I insulted him. My bad. Let me quick save before I pass.
Hello.
83 is pretty
Lena
good.
and I were just discussing the design of...
Consider the
There we
way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Cuno.
think a little hooligan called Cuno might have messed with your locusts, man.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bugs?
Think Cuno wanders that far?
Oh, my
Probably.
dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Delinquents. My favorite.
Doesn't sound like it's really his favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
Should I go play suzerainty with the crypto-fascist?
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
Probably true. Looks at his tea.
Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
Alright, I'll get going. Wait, where's Gary? Oh, is he over here?
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion. I mean, officers.
Yeah, we've pretty much talked through him. Think. Alright, hold on, we got all kinds of things to do now. I would really like to get more... any of these things. Endurance isn't a terrible idea either. Actually, what I might like to do is... let's see, suggestion, socioeconomics, half-light, volition. I should probably forget some of these. Let's see, this one is not bad, actually. That one could come in very handy. This one sucks in some ways, but it opens up the communist path for us. This one raises our motorics learning caps. That's nice, actually. That is not that critical. Superstar cop is fine. This is fine. This is fine. I guess actually the only one I'd really like to forget is probably advanced race theory. Yes, it helps our conceptualization and our rhetoric, but like, I think we have more useful things down here probably that we could try to remember. Do I have to do this one more door in order to figure out a way to open that door? Probably do. I'm out of thought slots, right? So I have to forget if I want another one. I'm gonna forget race theory. I only ever did it because I needed to get past that guard. Measurehead. This one doesn't seem like it's important, but I've cheated slightly, and it actually is important because this is the one that will let us maybe actually put more learning points into psyche skills. So we're gonna do this. Whatever happened to Guillaume Le Million, who with his amber mane and sparkling teeth beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit boîte de nuit 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or wait, maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West. Oh boy, minus logic. We have minus 2 logic from thoughts right now. Apparently I can internalize as many as I want at a time, huh? Okay, quest-wise, we should talk to Cuno. I don't know about the murder weapon. We should talk to Cuno and Joyce before the end of the night. Cuno, did you steal a bunch of insects just to be an asshole?
Fuck does Cuno care?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing insects, Cuno?
No, Cuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Oh.
Now they're gonna take you to Lane prison!
What's this all about?
Deny everything, Cuno. You need to lawyer up.
Cuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Alright,
There's
Cuno.
definitely something going on here. Remember his pigs?
Cuno doesn't fucking...
Cuno, are the locusts in your shack? It's crawling with locusts
All
in here.
around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows.
Shocking. Sorry. Allergies. Terrible today. The earthen floor of the shack's been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows. Huh. It's a lot of locusts.
Like
Good grief.
skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants.
It's actually a graphical representation of that.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case
The lieutenant looks around, writes something in his notebook, and turns to you.
of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a subcase of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
My god. Okay. Wow, I'm sorry. I didn't have myself on screen this whole time. And I figured that out only because my mute button wasn't working right. Wrong thing selected. You should have still been able to see everything though, except me, so be alright. Precisely what I was thinking. Kid.
Yes. I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough.
You think the Insolenti and Phasmids nearby?
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The Phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Cuno.
Sorry.
The Phasmid doesn't exist.
Yeah,
But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The Phasmid is impairing your judgment.
Well, we should talk to Cuno about this and get him to stop.
I'll let you handle the Cuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
I sure am. The insects make so much damn noise. Just locusts. Don't make, like, drastic moving sounds.
Fuck does Cuno care?
Like you stole some locusts, buddy.
Yeah. Cuno took the bugs. So what?
You say you don't give a fuck about bugs, then you go build a whole bug town?
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
Cuno is not impressed. She wails from behind the fence that buries her face in her
You
hands.
stop. It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. is almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
City of Rage sounds cool, Cuno.
Cuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Cool.
Did he just say I? Cuno usually calls Cuno, Cuno.
Hey, that's great, Cuno. Art's cool.
Oh my god, Cuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds. Don't let him, Cuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Cuno can be what Cuno wants to be. Cuno's his own man. Cuno's free.
He tears at the buttons of his shirt, trying to rip them open. They don't give way.
Cuno made himself into Cuno. Cuno can make himself into anything. Cuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Cuno can make himself into a... Cuno doesn't give a shit.
Oh,
Don't make
Cuno.
yourself into a pig, Cuno. You'll have to take me away.
A leaden silence fills the yard.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
That just depends on what you do, girl.
Without a word, she disappears entirely behind the fence.
Heh.
For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. You got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
Look, man. I need you to stop taking locusts from the traps. The cryptozoologists are trying to find something, and the locusts are bait.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Cuno.
I have to ask, what's the city of locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Cuno just likes to focus. Cuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
He turns his burning face up to the falling rain.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Cuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
What are you gonna do with him?
Cuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Oh, man. I should have used reverse psychology, I guess. Alright,
The
well, I
fuck are they
better be
trying
off.
to catch anyway? With the traps?
The Insulindian Phasmid. He mutters to
He
himself.
recognizes the name.
Wait, you know what it is?
Bitches think Cuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Cuno's tired of this shit.
I don't know if he's gonna leave them alone or not. Maybe. I think I ruined his locust city for him, that's my bad.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
Well, I had a chat with this kid Cuno and he promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So it was just a child.
Purses his lips, crestfallen.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
The aging cryptozoologist breaks into a hideous coughing
He
fit.
has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Oh, Morel.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
That's just something people tell themselves when they fail.
Well, we've come too far to quit. I'll restock the traps. Let's do this.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine, it's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
Kim, we're all in on finding the Insulindian Phasmid. I don't care if it's fake or not.
He wants to see this tale through as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
We are wasting quite a lot of time, aren't we?
Really? It's too much, officer.
He starts coughing again.
What? Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
She nods to her husband.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Of course not.
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
Alright, I'll get going. Find the Indian Phasmid. I know which one I left empty. Alright. Box of locusts. Cardboard box with several rows of little holes in the lid. Though at first glance the box seems perfectly ordinary, upon closer examination it's obvious it's been prepared with great care. Alright, let's talk to Joyce. I feel like it's a good time to talk with I wanted to talk with the union leader too, but he went home for the night or something. Joyce just stands on her damn boat all day, so I imagine she's still there.
There it is again. There's a spectral scent haunting this pair, no doubt. And it smells like...
I don't think it smells like communism.
sea brine, mostly. Because it's a pair. Years of turmoil, of hopes and dreams, ground beneath the inexorable tides of capital. What do you smell?
Deep breath.
The first thing that strikes you is the overwhelming brine. You imagine yourself underwater. 100-legged arthropod scuttling along the murky silt at the bottom of the sea. But then, the unmistakable reek of seagull shit hits you. Buoyed along on the air currents. An acrid melody atop mouldering cords of wood rot and heavy fuel oil.
Still smelling for communists, detective?
Yep.
Well, I'll be over here when you've finished.
The lieutenant nudges a piece of trash with his foot.
What the lieutenant thinks is irrelevant. Your politico-olfactory cortex is lighting up like a holiday display. The scent of communism is overwhelming. And it's coming right from that balcony over there.
That's plausible. You mean from Cindy?
Certainement. A precocious communist youth. A symbol of a kinder, more hopeful future. Now's your chance to establish contact with your revolutionary brothers and sisters.
Joyce is gone. Alright. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there. Joyce. Huh. Okay. How do I get up to her again? I think I gotta go through here. Balcony. Cindy, what's up? Are you a communist?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Hey, let's talk politics for a minute.
And what do you know about politics?
My nose told me you're also a communist. We should join forces.
Well, well. Sounds like quite the snout you've got there.
Your olfactory department wants you to know that it accepts no responsibility for wherever this line of interrogation leads you.
Sure. I know someone who'd love to talk that ideological stuff. You're looking for Steban. A
Steban?
right communist who runs a mega cool and very secret meeting.
Does he go around in a white jacket?
He might.
You help me find him?
No.
Ah.
The lieutenant let slip a sigh that seems to suggest this turn was utterly predictable.
What do you want me to
A
do?
wicked grin extends across her face.
Uh-oh.
Oink for me, piggy. Just once.
Oink oink.
Wow, that was easier than I expected. It's almost like you've been wanting to do it this whole time.
Probably.
A cool, damp
Oh,
feeling ripples
my
through
morale.
you. You realize you needn't have rolled over quite so easily.
Probably
The
not.
lieutenant, needless to say, is not impressed.
No.
Sounds like you're really serious about meeting Steban. It's
Jeez.
touching, sort of.
Yeah.
Steban's group meets only at night, in an old room in these apartments here. It just so happens you're in luck. Their weekly meeting is tonight.
She's fucking with us.
Poke your snout
100%.
around sometime after 10 p.m. and you might just find them.
Why do I feel like there's a catch?
Oh, smart pig. Because there is. See, Steban's a bit on the paranoid side. He's got all these mega secret passphrases to keep out infiltrators and the like. You can't join the meeting without one.
Lieutenant clears his throat.
Not to interfere in your personal errand, but I wonder whether it might have something to do with that phrase Manana mentioned overhearing.
All right. Good thinking, Kim.
The lieutenant nods.
Guess this is what happens when two pigs put their heads together.
She seems slightly disappointed.
That's enough. Off with you then.
All right. Piss dude and fuck the world send their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
Think they're afraid of you.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Well, enough of that then.
Thank you for passing on the message. Now run along, Piggy.
Catch you later, Cindy. Bit of a gap in respect. Oh, this is not the way. Slight difference in our respect levels towards each other. Let's see. Where do the communists meet? This room, perhaps? Nope, no communists. This room, perhaps.
This door has been closed
Oh, this is
with
the
a
one with the
padlock.
communists.
A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far, though.
I feel like this is probably not, because I passphrase and all that, but what the heck, let's break it open.
This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
Okay. Also not the communist meeting place, but I'm poster for White Star. Real lithography. Photos of revolutionaries posting with guns. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. 9mm bullet and a Sir Mauritian lounge jacket. Oh, this is absolutely the white jacket guy's apartment.
A plaster cast bust depicts a
Like,
middle-aged
it's
man
super
with
communist in
impressive
here.
sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
Why does this guy have a bust of Krasmazov?
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
The hero of the working class, Father Mazov.
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm.
He leans closer to inspect the photos of revolutionaries on the wall.
There aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Yeah, this guy is clearly the communist. Now, where is he? Yes, Steban's meeting. Where? That's Steban's apartment, but it's apparently not where he's meeting. That's a bathroom. We could check the balcony. Well, there's not that many. It's not that one. It's not that one. That doesn't leave a lot of options, does it? Oh wait, it could be this one actually, couldn't it?
This door is made of metal and appears to be. No one answers.
Let's go. There's
No, that's where the smoker was. That's where the dead person was. Which one of these is... I could ask the janitor over here, I suppose. Probably my best shot at this point.
Give me a moment.
You know anything about a secret meeting happening tonight?
What? No. Nobody tells me anything.
Would she understand if they did?
Well, any unusual activity after, say,
If
2200?
it ain't my business, I'll keep my nose out of it.
She shakes her head and mutters to herself.
I think we'd all be better off if people kept their noses to themselves.
Okay, unhelpful. Not in here either.
A
Waves
shifting
crashing in the
temperature.
darkness.
The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius. It's red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty.
Seems like it was never finished, though. Alright, where... What other rooms are there in here? It's just on the balcony. I mean... Wasn't in the coal area. Is this up here?
As you approach the metal
right
grill,
up here,
you can hear several voices having what appears to be an animal.
Thanks for watching, detectives. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like and subscribing. And have a nice day, detectives. This is Sea Lord Jenda, signing off.